What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Silent Spotlight Show. I'm your host, Mark Braley, and this is your co-host.
Golden Farnsworth.
Today, guys, we're going to recap the Tennessee versus Florida and our game of the week. Our game of the week, Ole Miss versus LSU. Stay tuned. Now, wait a second. You right there. Yes, you. The one who just tapped on our show. Give us a like and subscribe on the Southern Spotlight Show as we are going to try to bring much entertainment, comedy, and passion for your team. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Bro, Golden, I know you heard a lot of that.
I heard enough of that, bro.
A lot of that last night. Guys, Golden and I went to the game last night. Yeah, we were at the game, and honestly, like, I invited him a couple hours before the game.
Yeah, bro, I appreciate it. It was a good
You know what I'm
time.
saying? It was fun. And obviously it had to turn into a Tennessee Vols victory as Tennessee pulls off a 23-17 victory with the Dylan Sampson game-winning touchdown in overtime. Yes, game went to overtime. But like I said, I had Tennessee winning by 3 points. I said it was going to be a close game. It's a rivalry game, man. This game played exactly how a Florida and Tennessee game would turn out. A game taken overtime, a game, unfortunately, where Graham Mertz gets hurt, Montreal Johnson gets hurt. Tennessee also loses their middle linebacker and Keenan Pili too. So a lot of injuries that was just so unfortunate for both teams. That's going to impact both teams going through the season. But it was such an awkward game to attend, if you truly are honest. I mean, Lagway had to play the rest of the second half. Nick Gill and Tennessee's offense looked awful the whole entire first half. Thought they looked a little bit better in the second half. We'll talk about that more. But hey, my Vols are 5-1. All right, Golden. Florida made this one a good game. They made this one a good game, and I gotta give some props to old Billy Boy. And he had this team prepared. And looking at it, man, how do you feel about the rest of Florida's season? As we're gonna go over a little bit of the schedule, but how did you think about the performance first off of Florida at this game? It was impressive.
Yeah, so I'm going to be honest. I think there's more good that came from this game for Florida than it did Tennessee, at least as a fan, because I don't think anyone expected this. I didn't. I had y'all by 2 touchdowns. So, yeah, this week, really, with all my teams, I'm kind of just eating my words here. But, yeah, it sucked to see the injuries. Both quarterbacks did pretty good. Lagway was phenomenal besides the pick, honestly. He looks great. You put a freshman quarterback on the road in a night game against a top 10 team like that, and he throws a touchdown on 3rd and 17 at the end of the game to tie it up to go into overtime.
Hey, it was loud there, wasn't it? It was
extremely loud, and he still did it.
Stadium Post was crazy.
It was like 125 decibels, whatever they put on the screen. It was wild. It was the loudest I've ever heard stadium. Yeah, it was the loudest I ever heard stadium. Neyland's different, but that just goes to show, Lagway's like that. He was able to push through a whole second half, bring his team back after going down. And honestly, I mean, if we're being real, Florida really could have won that game. And it was in the first half. Should have, honestly. Graham Mertz fumbling on the 1, that was kind of the turning point. And then also, what is Billy doing on these fourth downs? End arounds? Just QB sneak that. You're an inch away, and that's an easy field goal or a touchdown. So we really lost out on at least maybe even 2 touchdowns, 14
Florida
points.
Should have been up 17-0 at halftime.
Genuinely. And
that should have been really up 17-0 at halftime, guys. And I think it just really came to not really much execution on offense. They were moving the ball in Tennessee's offense. I said Florida wasn't going to do anything on Tennessee's offense in the first half. I did say that they're going to score a little bit of points. I said they were going to score 21, but I thought they were going to have multiple turnovers where we're going to be shutting them down. But shout out to the offense for Florida, but they just didn't execute, and it blew them. It blew them that game.
Yeah, it really sucked to see Montreal go down. Mertz too. Mertz went down after throwing a touchdown pass. I really don't know how bad it is. You said he might be out for the year. I haven't really seen a report on that yet, but Montreal, I'm wearing the jersey number 1. He had a couple big plays. If you remember the truck was pretty fun to watch. My favorite play from that whole game, though, was actually a catch from y'all when he caught it over the middle with that big hit. I don't know how he held on to that, but that was my favorite moment from that whole game. But this was mad fun. Like, this was a crazy game to go to. This is probably the best football game I've been to. I've never been to an overtime football game. So, and you've been back-to-back weeks. So you've been blessed with some good games. But I think I can speak for all Florida fans when we say that we're proud of how this team did, and to see Lagway gives us hope for the future. And Billy, I mean, hey, I think it's safe to say Billy's going to stick around for at least a couple more weeks after this game.
Yeah, you kind of made me think of as long as there's a way, there's a Lagway, right? So, let's talk about DJ Lagway. Let's get onto that a little bit. Obviously he had some freshman mistakes, and guys, DJ Lagway, Nico, both of those guys are going to make freshman mistakes. This hate on Nico's got to go, guys. He's still in 6 start. He's going to make errors, and he's going to make great plays. We saw good plays out of him. We saw some really nut-headed plays. We saw it. Same for DJ Lagway. He throws a dot on a 3rd and 18, I believe, in like the most crucial moment of the game, and throws a dot for a touchdown. Guys, you're looking at a future NFL quarterback, okay? The throw that Nico made to Dante Thornton against Arkansas, you're looking at a future NFL quarterback, okay? But they're going to also make some really stupid throws. DJ Lagway throws a bad interception in the worst time of the game. You guys had the momentum, throws interception. Nealon was quiet at that time. We were very quiet. We were devastated. Ask Golden. I was next to him, quiet, had my arms crossed, just sitting down, pouting.
It was a bipolar game. It was a bipolar game for you, for
very
sure.
bipolar game. We get up, I'm screaming. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, we're getting this game. We got this game, right? Like, but I'm very impressed with DJ Lagway. And this is why we're going to get into this conversation right now. For the schedule, okay? Yes. Do I think, if we're going to pull it up right now, do I think that you guys are going to lose a lot of games coming up? Yes. But for the long run, for the next year, may be dangerous because of the experience that DJ Lagway is about to get. Let's get into it right now. Florida's got Kentucky. Okay, they got Kentucky right now. Kentucky has been known to have a good defense all entire year. I know they just had an unfortunate loss to Diego Pavia.
And
might be him.
Kentucky's owned us the last couple of years also.
Exactly. And you got Georgia. Okay, it's two. Like, think of his stretch right here: Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia. Oh, I didn't stop yet. Texas. Guys. Oh, I'm not done yet.
Keep it going.
LSU. Okay. This is not, when we're not
That's
done
not
yet.
even the end.
Ole Miss. And I'll stop at Florida State because Florida State sucks. I'm just gonna stop there. But that's a crazy stretch for a 5-star freshman quarterback. He's going to make plays in these games. I'm going to tell you this right now. He's going to make plays, but he's also going to look really bad. He's going to look bad. And Florida fans, like, I'm a Tennessee fan, okay? I don't want to talk positivity to y'all because it just disgusts me to say anything positive about y'all. But y'all should be thankful for the schedule that y'all have. And God forbid, the injury that Graham Mertz had, maybe the best thing that's ever happened to Florida.
We've seen that happen with quarterbacks before. Look at Tom Brady.
It's a good point. That is a good point. But DJ's know Tom Brady, so chill out.
He might be better in college, though. He might be better in college.
Anyways, I'm not trying to talk positivity about y'all, but very impressed with DJ Lagway. I think the future is bright for Florida, and maybe with a different coach next year. But if it's Billy, I don't even know.
We'll see how the rest of the year goes. But hey, I mean, 4 ranked opponents in the next 5 games is kind of ridiculous. And Florida State, who is in number 12 to start maybe even top 10 to start the year. I don't even remember. It doesn't matter now. But I mean, who made the schedule? It's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, Lagway's gonna get some great experience. Hopefully he stays healthy. I mean, this is a really rough schedule. But yeah, we're gonna see how he does. I know he's gonna have bad games. I know he's gonna have some good plays too. But regardless of what happens, after what we saw tonight or last night, we know we've got a GOAT for the future.
All right, so let's just talk about the winning team real quick, guys. Let's talk about the winning team. As Tennessee obviously has won. They won 23-17 in overtime fashion. Uh, I'll say, guys, when it comes to player of the game, I was talking to Cole and I was like, Jamad McCoy, he's going to be player of the game. Like he made some big time pass breaks. He made a big time punt return. Really good plays he made in that game. But as the game went on, it has to be Dylan Sampson. He carried the team, 27 carries, 112 yards, 3 TDs, and the game-winning touchdown. He absolutely had carried the team. And truthfully, he has carried the whole entire Tennessee's offense this whole entire year. Looking at his overall stats right now, going into the Bama game, which we'll preview in a couple of days, 118 carries, 699 yards. We're not done yet. 15 TDs in 6 games. Okay. So, yeah, if there's an MVP for Tennessee right now, it's Dylan Sampson. You're looking at a guy who's probably going to be a second-round draft pick because of his performance this year. Jalen Wright was great. Okay. Jabari Small was great. Okay. Tennessee's had a lot of good previous running backs for the past years. But this guy, 15 TDs in 6 games.
He's like Jamal Williams that one year.
Yeah. So, like I said, we're going to preview that Bama game coming up, guys. And look, we're not down. Guys, I am not down about Tennessee. We're 5-1. You beat Florida. Florida game, every time a Florida, you get a Florida win, you better celebrate. Because we don't get much of those. We don't, okay? I was at that Florida Tennessee game. I watched the disaster. I've seen so many bad things. To be able to be a part of a win against Florida makes me happy, okay? So Tennessee fans, do not be devastated over a 5-1 record. But I am concerned about Tennessee's offense right now. Very concerned. And the only reason I'm concerned is the quarterback and the offensive line not syncing together right now at all whatsoever. We're run blocking. Yes, we are. But pass blocking has been awful. We got to get the APD out for Lance Hurd. This guy cannot block. He can't block. You're a 5-star offensive tackle, and you're blocking on the most important side on the offensive line, the blind side. Nico looks scared for his life anytime he hikes the ball because he already knows someone's going to be there. You got to get your game up, all right? But we're not going to just get on the offensive lineman because that's not the only problem. The other problem is our quarterback is a freshman, and he's making a lot of freshman errors, and he's missing a lot of throws. Okay? Now, if he had a couple of those deep balls he threw, on Saturday, we're probably having a different story today. Okay? We probably are. And truthfully, he missed it just by a hair. Like, they weren't bad throws. Now, the one to Nimrod, that looked like miscommunication. Nimrod's going in the inside. Nico's trying to throw on the outside shoulder. Is it on the quarterback? Is it on the receiver? Who knows? But it's just not executed. Tennessee's offense has been kicking themselves in the foot with flags. Nico fumbles the ball at the beginning of the game on a big. We look like we were rolling on y'all boys. Like we were marching on y'all. We was killing y'all. Then Nico fumbles. That has been the story of Tennessee's offense the last 3 games. The last 3 games, Tennessee's offense has looked like that. And do you expect to beat Bama if you're going to play like that? Okay? Yeah, Bama looked terrible against South Carolina. They looked terrible. They shouldn't have won the game. First off, y'all gave up an onside kick to South Carolina, and Beamer just couldn't scheme up any offense to score after getting the ball on the 50-yard line. So you guys should have lost. That was a home game. But Tennessee has not looked any better, right? So what you got on your side is a defense that is playing really good. James Pierce is alive. Arian Carter gets an interception on DJ Lagway. And Jamar McCoy is making pass breaks. Like, Tennessee defensive line, they took over that second half and a little bit in the first half. But the offense, what are they going to do to respond? Because I'm very concerned. But yes, guys, you let us know what you think Florida's record is going to be at the end of the season. Tell me your impressions about DJ Lagway. Okay, whether if you're a Tennessee fan or a Florida fan, or if you're an Ole Miss fan or LSU fan watching this right now, what are your impressions of DJ Lagway? Because I'll
scared. Make it easy for y'all. We're either going 4-8 or 5-7.
The record's easy. DJ
record's easy.
Lagway, I don't know about that. Is he different? I think he's different. But also
Different enough to beat 4 ranked teams?
no. Also, Tennessee, Florida, Ole Miss, LSU fans, what do you think Tennessee can do to improve their offense? What is Tennessee record going to be at the end of the season? That's another story for another day. But you let us know in the comment section. But Golden, while we were at the Tennessee game, there was another overtime game-winning touchdown that happened. LSU wins in OT, 26-29 with a touchdown pass to Kyron Lacy. Golden, what did I say about Kyron Lacy, bro? What did I say about him? He is a problem. LSU shocked me. They shocked me here. I had Ole Miss winning. And now LSU is what? Now 5-1. I never thought I would say that. But we could be talking about a sleeper playoff team right now.
LSU is back. And LSU's wide receiver I'm really not surprised at all. They're back in the top 10. So
I thought you were going to say they championship back.
No, not championship back, but they're back in the top 10. I'm glad that we were at a banger of a game because there were two banger games going on, Oregon and Ohio State as well. Let's go Ducks, because I had Ducks. But yeah, I'm glad that we had a good game because this week had some great games. But I've been eating my words all week this week because I was talking about Jackson Dart. I was talking about the Ole Miss offense. And an unusual suspect in Ulysses Bentley, the fifth.
I was shocked by that.
What's going on with that? What happened to Henry Parrish? Very strange game. It looks like Dart didn't really play too well. Newsomer, both quarterbacks had he had a couple interceptions. Dart had an interception. So when Ole Miss offense isn't able to do what they've done against these bottom feeders, I guess they can't beat these top teams. And Ole Miss's season's already over. 2 losses, you're out of the playoffs unless you win the rest of your games, and they've got some pretty tough games. So, yeah, I mean, Caden Lee had a great game. Trey Harris is going to continue to do what he does. Has the best stats right now in college football as a receiver. But this was huge for LSU. There was just that one game I faded LSU. Other than that, they've been a great team. I'm gonna take that statement back though, because I'm gonna have LSU losing Arkansas this next week.
To Arkansas?
Yep, another trap game.
LSU fans, if you're listening to this, you better get on him.
Another trap game.
Get on him. Do not let that statement slide.
Arkansas is an underrated team. I'm gonna go ahead and make that statement right now. Arkansas should have one loss. Arkansas should have one loss. Underrated team.
Arkansas read the script that Tennessee can't play against 3-3.
They about to read the script for LSU.
Their offense is awful. Their offense is. I didn't think maybe their offense was awful because they played Tennessee. I think they will score. They will score in LSU. They will. But LSU has a better offense. LSU, their team is coming to a hole right now. Like, I'm not trying to say holding Ole Miss to 26 points is a great thing, but most teams don't do that. Outside of Kentucky. But like I said, like LSU, I think is very scary. I'm not gonna make a certain statement about them yet. You want to know why? Because I have been Arkansas, but my team that I say is a sleeper playoff team is Texas A&M, and that's who they have to play and go to Texas A&M the following week after Arkansas. Who are you when you come to the big stadium outside of Neyland? Because Neyland's the best stadium in the SEC. Who are you? Who are you when you go to Texas A&M? Okay, are we going to see a better performance out of your quarterback? Because let's be honest, LSU, the quarterback performance was not that great. Okay, 22 for 51. That's less than 50% completion. 2 interceptions. It's not a great performance. You got the job done with the game-winning touchdown and brought into overtime. Got the job done, right? But LSU doesn't have a rushing attack. They don't. Your leading rusher is 12 carries for 37 yards. It's just, and that was what I came into this game. I was like, I'm very concerned about LSU's rushing attack. I had Ole Miss winning that, but LSU's crowd had an impact on the game, and also I'm giving some love to LSU's defense. They got the stops when they needed to get the stops. So, what are you when you go to Texas A&M? Are you going to clean up some of that stuff on offense? Because it's a little inconsistent. But you're 5-1. I didn't have you at 5-1. A lot of people did not have LSU at 5-1. LSU is 5-1, looking at a 6-1, and Well, we got someone across the screen that has LSU at 5-2 next week, but we'll find out. But let's talk some Ole Miss. Ole Miss is 4-2 now. They're 4-2, and they were the team that was supposed to be 11-1 going into the playoffs. They were the team that was supposed to be in the SEC championship. Though Ole Miss in Missouri was the whole big story, guys. That's all we talked about. It's Ole Miss. Mizzou. You guys were so overhyped because you had the most easiest schedule in the world. Well, now Ole Miss is 4-2, and they're playing, and they lost to Kentucky and LSU. What is the story now? What is the story for Ole Miss? You obviously have to win out, but if you win out, you're still not in the playoffs. You're not. Like I'm saying right now, you beat Oklahoma. That's not getting your playoffs hope, unless if they beat Oklahoma, Arkansas would have to beat LSU. They would have to beat LSU. Ole Miss has Arkansas the very next week. Ole Miss would have to win that, and they would have to win out the rest of the year because there's not really many quality wins to have for the rest of the year outside of Georgia. So if you beat Arkansas, Georgia, is there still a chance?
Yes, because Arkansas is going to beat LSU this next week. But Ole Miss season pretty much, I would say, is pretty much over because what are the expectations that they beat Georgia? I don't know.
They got to go to Florida.
They got to go to Florida.
With DJ Lagway looks like I can't even say anything anymore.
You never know with Florida, man. You never know with Florida. So, yeah, me personally, I think Ole Miss is out of a playoff spot. And it sucks because I thought they were a good team, a great offense. But hey, it's just another year, just another Lane Kiffin year. No playoffs.
It's very concerning if I'm a Ole Miss fan, especially with a schedule like this and how great they looked in the first 4 games with the stats that they had, and losing 2 of their last 3 games. Not good. But it would be positive to see them at least finish 9-3, 10-2. But I'm going to get a little sneaky in this before I close this. If Billy gets fired, does Lane Kiffin leave Ole Miss and go to Florida?
I'll be honest with you. I would absolutely love that.
Of course you would. Of course you would, though. And guys, that's a conversation that is very sneaky. Lane Kiffin is known for doing this. He's known for doing this, guys. Would that happen? That is going to be my closing question to all the fans in here. Would Lane Kiffin go to Florida if he finishes 9-3 or worse? Would he leave Ole Miss? And we already know Billy's probably going to get fired if he has a terrible performance for the rest of the year. So would Lane Kiffin, repeated, go to Florida if they finish worse than 9-3 or just 9-3? I'll say 9-3 and less. But you guys let us know in the comment section. LSU fans, let us know what your record is going to be at the end of the season, because I know you guys are probably at the edge of your seats, probably jumping for joy right now because nobody had you guys like this. And I think it's awesome to see it because it's good to see teams surprise the world. Okay. And I'm not trying to say they didn't have a chance to do that, but it was just shocking because their schedule just was, personally, I thought it was pretty difficult. But Kyron Lacey's a dog. And Ole Miss fans, you let us know. Are you guys finishing 9-3? Are you guys finishing 10-2? What is your expectation? Is it the end of the world, or do you guys still have some hope? So you guys let us know in the comment section. Let us know how you feel, and we will be previewing Tennessee, Alabama coming up very soon, and we're gonna decide on our game of the week. Talk a little bit more about them Gators, but thanks,
Texas, Georgia. It's Texas, Georgia.
Yes, Texas, Georgia. So you guys, thank you guys for watching the Southern Spotlight Show. Give us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Peace out.